G'day everyone and welcome to Aussie Tech Heads episode 704, 26th of November 2020. Yes, I'm back again for the monthly show, and alongside of me here is Paul. So I'll say a quick hello to Paul and I'll do some intros. How you doing, Paul?
Yeah, good mate. How's yourself, Glenn?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. It's just testing out some new technology here again for something to do, because we just love delays and whatnot while we try and stream and get all this working. But I'll fill you in a minute. But yes, as I said, it is episode 704. It's yes, and I'm just trying to find out where I'm up to now. I forget the spiel. That's not very good, is it? We are brought to you by azhwebhosting.com.au and startnewcompany.com.au. Now, if you're after a company, you want to register through ASIC, you just have to go to startnewcompany.com.au. Nice and easy peasy. Now, look, I'll apologise there's no intro and outro of this video because we just started with a new StreamYard.com, it's called. And look, it doesn't look like it's going too bad, actually. It's got a few good features. Will wasn't happy with it for some reason. I'll talk to him later about that. But it seems to be going okay for me. So it allows us to push it out to YouTube and to Facebook and a couple of others at the same time, which is good. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Why I'm on something else is last week my computer died, the hard drive died, and had to rebuild the new SSD and just rebuild it. And every time you go to do something, you know, I haven't downloaded that yet. So that was the case with OBS. So that was the video recording software. So I just said, you know what, we'll try this StreamYard, which Michael uses on the Aussie Mac Zone. So here we are. All right. Now, before we get too far into it, we want to thank all our Patreons, and these are the people that love the show and want to show their support through a small financial donation. That just helps keep everything running, pretty much. We've got Kate, hello to Kate, Bouncing Yellow, Daniel, and Aman, David, and Chris, and also Andrew on the PayPal. Now, there are others there, but they want to remain anonymous, and that's for the security and health of their families, obviously. So we won't have to talk about them. But good news also before Christmas is the sponsors want to give us 4 iTunes or similar vouchers to give away. So we're not too sure how we're going to do that just yet, but it's going to revolve around trying to support people that contribute to the show, and even the people that contribute financially. We want to say thank you and all that sort of stuff. So if you're not contributing financially at the moment, that sounds like a big money grab, doesn't it? if you're not buying us a coffee at the moment and you wish to do so, please go to patreon.com /Aussie Tech Heads, I think it is. And if that's not right, can you just let me know and I'll send you the proper link and sign up, and that'd be great. We appreciate that, and we can just fend off some of these expenses that happen from time to time. All right, now we'll let you know more about that next week. We'll nut it out and get sorted. Now, you can find us on the facebook.com /Aussie Tech Heads, youtube.com /Aussie Tech Heads, and don't forget the paper, which is still out and about. It's aussietechheads.com.au /paper, I think, from memory. Jeez, it's been a while. And aussietechradio.com, and that's wall-to-wall 24/7 podcast, tech podcasts, of course. Anything more similar relation to tech podcasts. If you want your podcast, if you think it would be a good fit and you want just to go round and round and round on the loop, just let me know and I'll punch it up there every week. But you can hear what's on there now, aussietechradio.com. You can fire up your TuneIn radio app, or you can play it or stream it straight off the webpage. That's all good. Geez, I've forgotten everything? No, I think we're good now. All right, yeah, Paul, let's get into it. What have you been doing?
I've been really busy the last couple of weeks. I've got a bunch of new customers and stuff. Some of these rural customers, they want their internet, and they got no satellite, distant satellite, no NBN, nothing much except for mobile service. So I'm having to put external antennas and boosters and all sorts of stuff out there, and trying to work like telemetry and stuff takes a bit of doing, and you got to get it right because you're investing some pretty big dollars on this stuff.
I might have to Google that word. That's a big word for this show. Telemetry.
Telemetry. Oh, that's directions from towers and distances and angles and heights and radio wave, blah, blah, blah. We won't go into that.
Oh, so you got your protractor out? Do you use a protractor?
Yeah, there's a bit more than that. Use a thing called a computer.
Oh, it does it all for you.
Yeah. So I've been busy. That's been very time consuming. I've been learning a bit about it too. So that's all taken a bit of time and what have you.
It's like those. I don't know if you've heard of those Unify mesh Wi-Fi type extender things. I guess is the easy way to say them. They're on their website. They've got like a Unify, say, an extender, and sort of like a what products you need, and you can like load up the Google Map or whatever, and you put your one extender here, and then another one on the other side of town on the map, and then it'll tell you need our little satellite beauty and what you need at the other side, and it'll tell you what you need to make things work.
Really? Wow, that's pretty awesome. They're a pretty upmarket company, that Unify crowd.
Well, I've got 3 here. I've got I can't show because it's just over there, but it's a little Unify, whatever, they're little dome ones, and I've just created a mesh around this place so you can walk around and so you're not moving from SSID to SSID. It's not really an extender, it's a mesh, so you as you walk through the house, you just clunk 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 onto the strongest Unify device.
Do they use the same SSID? It's the same SSID?
Yep, that's a mesh.
Oh, okay, because an extender usually has a different SSID.
Yes, and then I think, don't you have to log into that different SSID when you, say, go to the other end of the house?
Well, no, when you lose your signal from the first one, you log into your second one. It all depends. If you've got a stationary item, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
but I think the problem with that is that if you're right at the weak end of your Wi-Fi, then it's not really going to drop to connect to the extender. And that's
a mesh is a better solution. I haven't used a mesh, but the theory of it, it sounds like a better solution.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's really good. It's really good. They're not cheap, but I think the Unify ones I think they're a couple of $100 per unit. I think you can get. I think TP Link does them as well, or D Link.
Yeah.
You can find them.
Google has one as well.
Google matches. That's right. Yeah. So let's see if I can find this. I'll show you that. I'll show you if I can find it. Unify.
This isn't a story as we're working on, is it?
No. This is just one of those tangents.
Yeah, one of those many. Yeah.
Unify. I think everyone's interested in this sort of stuff. Oh, geez, if I could, maybe I should just Google it rather than trying to guess the.
Isn't it Ubiquity?
Ubiquity, yeah.
Or Ubiquity, whatever. How's it pronounced? Ubiquity or Ubiquity?
I've never heard of Ubiquity. This is what I've got here.
For years, I was calling it Ubiquity when I saw the name, and someone said, "Do you mean Ubiquity?"
Yeah. I thought it was Ubiquity. I suppose it could be Ubiquity.
Ubiquity, yeah, I see that.
But that's the one that I've got. That one.
Spaceship, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I've said plenty of people got those.
Now Ubiquity. Let's see if I can Ubiquity.
They're the same thing.
Hang on, I'll try and get to their website. I think I hit a shop. This looks like their website here. Now, look, you got products.
Yeah, that's Ubiquity.
And the good thing about these as well, and I'm guessing all of them, is that you can control them by it's what do they call it? Like it's just an interface, so to speak. So
is it web-based interface or is it IP-based?
It's on the web. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can do it a couple of ways. So you can make one of your computers a controller in the network, and then you can control everything from that network, right? That computer. But there's the better way to do it, which I've done, is I've set up like a VPS server, okay, and then put the management software onto that. So then I can log into that anywhere and change stuff. So say I can reboot. If I'm not here and the thing goes down, Kim or someone might ring up and say, "Oh, I know why she wouldn't. She wouldn't even know what reboot meant." She might say, "Can you reboot the Wi-Fi?" And I'll go, "No worries." And I can just log in and just go, "Bing, bing, bing, boot," and then away it goes. So so it's pretty good. It gets back to that page there. So they've got heaps and heaps of products. They've got heaps of products.
They sure do. Yeah.
They're sort of really starting to make a name for themselves. Now,
they're probably they're close. They would border on equal or better than some things that Cisco would produce.
Yeah, possibly.
Cisco is much more. It is a much more expensive product. Because have you ever heard of Cisco Meraki?
No.
Cisco Meraki is a I use that in an organisation that I'm involved with, and we have Cisco Meraki systems, and the actual interface. If you want to log into the system at all, you log into a website that's all completely controlled by DNS. So you log into a website and you do all the configuration and all of your graphing and filtration, and it goes, knowing Cisco being what they are, it gives you minute control over this, that, and everything else, like frequencies and minute frequencies and real granular detail as to the Wi-Fi network or network itself, or SSIDs. You can have unlimited SSIDs, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all the stuff is just going crazy. Look, I was just trying to find. I won't worry about it, but because this was a tangent after all, I was just trying to find out you can, you get where you live and put I'll have a satellite here and I want to get over there and what you need. But I'm sure you can find it if you're interested in that sort of stuff. Yeah, you can find it. All right, well, let's get off the tangent. Yeah. And do you want to have a story first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, no, I'll go for a story first.
All right.
Google has found a brilliant way to let users improve Google Maps. Not sure if I read through all this, but let's start on it. Google is working 24/7 to improve Google Maps and cover more regions of the planet. And cars equipped by the search giant with 360-degree cameras are almost everywhere you look these days. I've never actually seen one in the flesh. I've only seen photos.
of the guy in the car?
Yeah, the cars. You ever seen one of those cars getting around?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
yep.
Okay, well,
I saw
up here in remote outback Toowoomba, we don't. I haven't seen them anyway.
Oh, they skulk around in the middle of the night out there.
Yeah, sure. But on the other hand, the Mountain View firm has apparently figured out that no matter how much it tries, it'd still be impossible to map the entire world and keep it up to date unless it receives help from its most valuable asset, the always expanded Google Maps user base. So in the last update of Google Street View app, the company has added a new driving mode that allows users to just activate their phone's camera to record the journey and thus help improve the Google Maps and the imagery available on Street View. This isn't the first time Google allows users to contribute to the Google Maps, but previously the search giant required them to turn on a 360-degree camera for the whole thing. I'm just going to finish off here. Bear with me. But thanks to the latest update, the features become available to many more users simply because a regular phone can be used for the whole thing. As someone on Reddit discovered, the data captured with a mobile phone is then automatically processed by Google in the same way its Street View imagery is handled. So faces and license plates are blurred out on upload. It's nice enough blurred out on upload rather than blurred out afterwards. Mostly, going to cover this last bit, most likely Google is already planning in advance, and there's a chance the company would at one point use the footage uploaded by users to create 360-degree imagery by stitching together content from more phones. Right now, however, it looks like Google is still experimenting with the new driving mode in the Street View app, as the feature is apparently rolling out gradually for users across the world. It's still nowhere to be seen for me despite running the latest version of the app, and with the companies remaining tight-lipped on anything, nobody knows for sure when it's supposed to go live for everybody.
Right.
Now, I don't know if do you use Google Maps very much?
Not to find my way around, I do. Yeah.
Okay, you don't use because you've got Apple, so I assume you don't use the Apple Maps.
It's set to Google by default, but it only maps. Say if I'm in something, if I said to Siri like the other day, I said, "Hey, take me home," and then it just loads up maps.
Can you have Siri default to Google?
Possibly.
Not in their best interest for Apple, I suppose.
No, but
yeah. Anyway,
I found that maps get me lost a bit.
Yeah. My point being, Google Maps, if you walk places, Google Maps has a feature which is, it links in with this. And it has a, what's it called? Google Lens. No. Let me have a look on my phone. I don't know if you go into walking mode, you can do a thing. Let's say I say on my phone, I've got a phone here, navigate home. Navigate home. Now, no, I've got to say navigate home by walking. If you go to walking mode, you can go start. And it's called live view. This is the easiest way to do it. If I go, yeah, that's better. Live view. Live view. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Next. I know what it's going to try and do.
And actually, it gives you augmented reality. While using app, continue with live view. Go, Liz, you got to now watch this, right? And it looks at all sorts of things around. And the problem is, see, it's saying, oh yeah, home is that way. Turn over there, and it actually does an overlay. See, you got your maps down the bottom there. And if you're in a car, you don't get this. It's only for if you're going above a certain speed.
I wonder if that's on the iOS as well.
Yeah, it is. It's Google Maps. It doesn't matter what you're using. I'm going to exit that. But yeah, geez, have a play with.
I'm going to. That's good.
Have a play with live view. Go into Google Maps only for walking, not for cars, because you crash cars when you're looking at your screen. So that's only for walking mode. And you go live view, and you can be walking along. If you say, find, let's say there's someone you know, and I read it's on Google, and go navigate to this person, and then you can look at it, and you got this in front of you, and then it says, oh yeah, turn that way, they're over there. And then it might say, turn left at Jackson Street and turn right here, and it's an overlay. You move your camera around, and it's a full augment. This is just a start of augmented reality.
Yeah, that's pretty
glasses. Cool. I reckon glasses are going to make this so much easier. You can see HoloLens, even though it's way too expensive at this current point in time, HoloLens is going to facilitate that. And this links into this stuff they're using here, because it's all about having your camera going all the time when you're traveling a place. And not only is it upload, but the incentive for having a camera on all the time is because you get this augmented reality feature, which is just on a screen of the phone. But you imagine one day we could have an augmented reality come up on the screen of our car. So it's not too distracting. It's got to be safe, but there's no reason why it can't project onto a screen, which is what they do with speedos and stuff like that already.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't even really seen one of those HUDs, to be honest, but I think they'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, they're in a car. They're in modern cars.
Right.
A lot of the cars have like a little perspex thing is in front of you, and you can see through it. Yeah, I've seen it. Plenty of Mazdas got it. A lot of the new models have got it, and that way you're not looking down at your dash. You're looking in your window, and it's superimposed on the window. Like it's a little bit off tangent there, but it does link. It does all link in with this, and they talked about it there. And live view, geez, have a play with it. But if you don't say navigate by a walk, you're not going to see it.
Yeah, well, I was doing a walk the other day, and I tried to figure it all out. And
you pressed on live view, did you?
No, I didn't go live view. No, I was just doing it off the cartoon map, whatever they call it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
not the satellite, not the hybrid, but the other one.
You got to make sure you got the very latest update. Like my phone's a Google Pixel, so you can't get much more than that.
Yeah,
not that I've had it very long. That's my new toy, my Google Pixel here. It's just a phone, but it works nicely.
The Xiaomi's in the bin?
Not in the bin. I'm a bit worried. We're off on a tangent here. Let's talk about that next. That's right. Google's out. Let's talk about me phones. Okay. Now I've got the Xiaomi, but I am worried.
Before we go on to the Xiaomi, right? I just have to tell you that the page. You sent me this page to look at, right? Now that just every time that we get on and do the podcast, that we start talking about. Well, I start talking about some old car, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's an old car, is it?
Well, no, not that one. But look further down, and I love the caption to this as well, which you'll love as well. But further down, here we go. Further down, very original and very unmolested 1969 Caprice.
Unmolested.
I love
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
I'm going out tomorrow to buy an unmolested car. when,
God.
when I buy a new car next time, I am going to say to the is this car unmolested? But how funny is that? I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you imagine going up to a dealer. I'd like to buy an unmolested. What is it? A Caprice, thank you. Oh no, all these ones have been molested over here. You can't touch them.
That's right. This one belonged to Dolly Dunn. This one,
Dolly who? Pardon?
No, don't worry. All right. Oh yeah, look, there we go. That's a good old car, isn't it? Eh? Look at that.
Sure is. No molestation there.
No way. No way. That'd be probably worth a pretty penny. It's on eBay.
Check out the seats. Imagine if you do high-speed cornering. You're just going to go whip across the other side. Oh, and you got that little mini seat in the middle, but
reminds me of those rides at at Disneyland or something, where they spin around and what's the logbooks and everything. Oh yeah, look, it's all paperwork.
Service manuals. Gee.
Oh wow, it's probably all in bloody pounds. Oh, look at that! Oh, all that spare tire.
God, it's a big boot.
Oh, that's a fair engine for back then. Geez, that's pretty.
It's a V8. It sells a V8 something.
Yeah, that's a full engine.
500 something? 500cc? No, it'd be bigger than that. Yeah, much bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's close that. I want to just see quickly. There's an eBay link. Oh, it's listed online for 23,900. But make an offer. Well, there you go.
You go buy yourself an unmolested car.
Now, tell us about your unmolested Xiaomi.
Yeah, close that tab, will you? Now, I've been using Xiaomi, as you know, for about over 2 years now. I've been using Xiaomi's. I've had the Mi A1, and some of my clients have got the Mi A1. I've got a Mi A2. My wife's got the Mi A2. They're working just fine. The Mi A3, which is what I had a unique thing. Has an in-screen fingerprint reader, which is getting up there with the top-end phones. Not even the Pixel has an in-pin. In fact, there's no fingerprint reader on this at all. And I think Apple's gone down the same track.
Right.
Anyway, Xiaomi. There was about. I was hoping Xiaomi was going to bring out a Mi A4, and that's in the and for those of you who don't know, there's a special range of Android that Google has developed called the Android One range. Now, it is still the latest version of Android, but it's a special version on top of that called Android One, which is just a stock version of Android, which has all the benefits of what the Google Pixel has, but it does not have the price attached because it's made by budget manufacturers like Google, Nokia. They're the two main supporters. Motorola's got a couple. There's a few different ones out there. But the problem I've got at the moment is Xiaomi is second biggest to Huawei. Now, Huawei has been slammed by Google, and they've gone out and made their own OS and what have you. And I would not be surprised if Xiaomi's treated the same way. So if they're treated the same way and they get kicked out of Google, all the time and effort I've invested into this company could be for nothing. Now, that's not the only reason I've stepped away. It's some of its personal reasons. I'm not saying they're a bad phone. They're great value. But another reason also is the Mi A3 was the last one they brought out. They've been bringing out one every year for the last 3 years. I had the A1, and I believe you had an A1 at one stage there.
No, I had a Mi A2, I think.
No, you keep on saying that. You had a Mi A1.
Oh,
it had hard buttons. It didn't have soft buttons. It had hard buttons at the bottom.
Might have been a Mi. It's a long time ago now.
No, it was a Mi A1. I know because I took your advice and went with it.
Right.
A Mi A1, and they're a great phone.
To me for a year.
Yeah. Good on you for giving it a shot. The Mi A1 was a great phone. It didn't have bugs, but as things happened, they got outdated. The Mi A2 came out. I got that. That was a great phone, massive battery. No one had a comparable battery at the time. And then the Mi A3 came out another year later, which was 2019, I think it came out last year. And I got the Mi A3, and that's when I noticed the Mi A3 it started to come. They couldn't keep up with because the manufacturer has to do the updates as quick as possible, as quick as they come out on pixels and stuff. And what do you know? They couldn't keep up their end of the bargain. There was an update came out and they rolled it back. Then 2 months later, they did the update again and they rolled it back because it kept on stuffing, bricking phones and all sorts of troubles. They tried 3 or 4 times to get their update out to go to Android 11 or whatever the latest Android is. They did manage to get there, but there's still bugs. Wi-Fi hotspot, maybe it's just my phone, I don't know, my carrier, but Wi-Fi hotspot disconnects for about 10 seconds every minute. There's that problem.
Right.
There's a problem.
Yes. Is that on the Mi A, whatever did you say? Is that on the Xiaomi?
3.
Yes, because I remember I had problems. And look, and this is the thing, when you go to Apple, you don't have these problems, which
no.
But I remember the Mi A1 then, the one that I had to, I was ringing up Audi, you know, the telco and everything, trying to work this out. And I had to actually go into the turn into developer mode and change some internal settings to be able to get that hotspot thing to work. You know,
yeah, well, you know, I'm very familiar with that, and every like I've dealt with probably 5 or 6 Xiaomi phones, and what you have to do is go into the mobile APN settings and set your APN default done supple. And as well as all the other service stuff, because they're not made in Australia, they're designed for other markets like India and China. They don't have the proper APN settings for Telstra or possibly even the Western countries.
Yeah,
and I've had to deal with that particular issue, and I've overcome that issue easy enough. But this particular Mi A3 has got different issues. And the other thing is Bluetooth. Bluetooth is disconnects sometimes, and I've done searches, and people say, "Yep, there's a problem with it. Xiaomi's not coming up with a fix." Now, this is a premium operating system. I've and plenty of people have complained about it. And what do you know? Not only as Xiaomi said, we're working on it, they're doing their best. They also have made it clear they're pulling the pin on. There's been plenty of talk of them. They've pulled the pin on the Android One program.
Yes.
So therefore, Android One is the only reason I went with this. For no other reason, they're great value for money, even better value for money than Nokia. But now that they've dropped the bundle on this, and the risk of China, they're getting treated the same way. They may get treated the same way Huawei did. I'm not willing to invest any more time and money in a company that may not continue. So I'm going to encourage other people and my clients and stuff head more towards Nokia, or even better, if they can afford it. It's a pretty steep ask, but go to Google Pixel. I've gone to Google Pixel. I've had no skerrick of trouble at all. Maybe ask me in 12 months' time, I might say, yeah, this is a problem with Pixel. Pixel has had their problems in the past. I haven't got the latest one. I've got the second latest. I've got the Pixel 4 XL, and it's sharp, it's crisp, it works the way it's supposed to. Android One, it's a little bit slower, but you talk at a phone that's more than half the price of a Google Pixel, if not a quarter. So you get what you pay for to some extent.
That's
and
right.
if those people who look at Apple, the Google Pixel is equivalent to Apple, and don't compare anything else against it other than Google Pixel.
Yeah, well, just to finish up on that, I think the main reason why I went back to Apple was it wasn't the hardware; it was just purely the software. It was just the software. It was just an easier UI. It was a nicer UI, a smoother UI, and it was just pretty much the software.
When I say software, I mean UI as well. It's all inclusive.
Now, new rules for the .au domain, which is going to launch next year after all this time. So Outer has announced its board has approved new rules for the AU domain and its associated namespaces, which is set to launch in April 2021. Now, I think everyone's familiar here. I'm just trying to get this link so I can show you something, just not my face. Now, there we go. Oh, that's not big enough. We'll go like that. There we go. So, yeah, so it's going to replace Look, I don't actually know if the .com.au is going to survive or not, or whether it's going to be, in addition to. But anyway, the .au is coming. The new rules have streamlined and simplified more than 30 policies and guidelines currently govern the AU domain. So these changes include eligibility and allocation rules for the namespaces, the terms and conditions for the .au domains, the complaints process. You have trouble figuring out what sort of complaints you might get, other than someone who's got my domain,
or who to complain to.
Well, you complain to Auda, AUDA,
yeah.
And how Auda manages compliance with the rules. So now this is the chief executive of Auda, Rosemary Sinclair. I'm pleased to share that the new AU domain licensing rules will launch. Gone all through that. This signifies an important step forward in the AU governance, modernising the policy framework, ensuring the .au domain can respond to the changing needs of internet users. That's all gobbledygook, isn't it? And continuing to build trust and confidence in AU namespaces. Yeah, whatever. It's just all fuzzy wuzzy stuff to say, yeah, we're launching it in 2021. So
yeah, I have heard there's a few changes coming.
It'll be along the same lines, I reckon, as the .com.au. You know, probably need an ABN to register one, and all that stuff.
Yeah, as opposed to .com, you can be .com's a what? There's someone gave an analogy that said the .coms of the world are like the Wild West of website domains. You can pretty much get whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want it. Whereas the AUs, you got to at least have an ABN attached to it.
Yeah, that's right. And I suppose that really excludes you from having a .au just as a personal name, unless you can get, like glenngoodman.com.au, which I should have a look for.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of people who would do that, but you have to pay for it as well. And if you're not going to use it, don't pay for it.
Well, that's right. I've culled a few because, you'll get into the domain hoarding game. And once you got the domain, it is hard to get rid of it, because you sit there and you think, well, it's only like, what is it, $20 a year or something? Okay.
Did you say we all get into the domain hoarding name? Was it?
Except Paul, except you.
Yeah, no, I haven't got one domain. I had a crappy domain once, which was Paul Bolte or something, and it got killed. So
right,
I just use me much to your disgust. I just use me free what do you call it? Google My Business.
Oh, yuck for your webpage.
I don't. Well, see, I'm not promoting it all. I've got enough work already.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough, and you don't need to. I'm surprised you even got a GMB. Now, look, I'll do another story, because I've got a big one that's coming. They'll probably have a bit of discussion, and I see you've only got another one.
Story. Yeah, we're going to be on 45 minutes, eh?
We're going to try. Oh, look, I've got some ones that I won't be able to shut you up. Now, look, here's one for Will, if you're listening. AMD chips. Let me try and read that properly. AMD, with the proper, grammatical tone, so it makes sense. So AMD chips away at Intel in the world's top 500 supercomputers. So it's only recently, and like in the last month or so, that I've actually bought a Lenovo laptop with an AMD. Now,
oh, really?
I know. I was a bit of an Intel person. I 10 years ago I was AMD, then went back to Intel, and then I sort of dabbled with the AMD Lenovo. Look, I did the benchmark. Look up the benchmark stats, and it was up there with the best of the i7s, and I forget what model, the AMD Razor. Ryzen, was it? Yeah, and it was
Ryzen, that's it.
It was up against the best of the same sort of comparable i7s, and for a lot less money. So look, and I've got no problems. What's a laptop anyway? What's a computer anyway these days? It's just an internet device.
Well, tell me, the thing I've had, AMDs in the past have run hotter, which means they need more fan. It makes more fan noise and creates more. There's more happening. Can you say you've really noticed that at all?
No, not in the laptop.
No. I see. That was a while. I remember back in as much as 10 years ago, you could get something which was just as equivalent in power as an Intel chip of some sort, and it would be a lot cheaper. But the trade-off was heat. they generated more heat because they ran faster, or they had less multipliers, but they ran a higher frequency. Where higher frequency means more heat, which means more fans, which means more power used and more noise. But they've probably eliminated that. I'm just probably stuck in the old days. I don't really care all that much. If it does a job, it does a job.
Well, look at what we're using now. We've gone away from OBS for streaming the video, and we're using a browser-based software, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like, hardly this thing is just purring. And another reason I like this so far is that because I'm not screen capturing your camera, you're not as blurry. You are as crisp as Smith's. You know, oh, look out. And see, we don't need to be that crisp. But anyway, AMD, chips away at Intel in the world's top 500 supercomputers. So they're making inroads. That's according to the updated list of the world's fastest supercomputers that were released Monday during the virtual Supercomputing 2020 conference. Well, why didn't I get a start to that?
You what? Why didn't you get to go to it?
Yeah, I didn't even get an invite. Here's another big word. I don't even know what it means. Eponymous organization, top 500. What does eponymous mean?
Oh, it's a special. Yeah.
Parent?
Yeah, when you go for a run in the mornings, that can happen to you. Giving
their name to something, named after a particular group. Right, yeah. Anyway, this now you can't say this fast. The Fugaku supercomputer in Japan, which runs an ARM-based Fujitsu CPUs, kept the #1 slot that was awarded with the system's debut on the list earlier this year. But there was only one new supercomputer running ARM-based processors added to the list in the fall 2020 update. AMD CPU share of the top supercomputers nearly doubled from 11 to 21. So I suppose there's not too many supercomputers in the world, which includes one system in Hygon Diana processors that use AMD technology as part of the Chinese joint venture. There you go. So AMD, she's not dead. She's still kicking. There's still life in it yet.
I know. I think they've got their place out there.
And I would.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, look, if you're looking at and comparing apples and oranges, I wouldn't go. I'd give AMD a serious look. Like I got a nice little Lenovo. It was around about $1,000, and she's a screamer. That's good.
Yeah.
And I think Intel i7 was another couple of hundred.
Yeah, I don't. Most of my clients don't need i7s. i5 is probably the best they need. So, in which case, AMD would have an equivalent there just fine.
Oh, by the way, I'll tell you something because I like yous. Now, Harvey Norman. I was watching. No, someone sent me a message today asking me about what computer should they buy, and they sent me this link. Now, if you're in the market for a computer, not the one to blow smoke up Harvey Norman's hole, but Lenovo. Let's have a look. Lenovo. Let's see if I can find it. This one here. Is it? No, this one here. So you've got one here, this top one, the Lenovo 14-inch i5, 8 gig, 256 SSD, right? But this
that'll be an M.2 PCIe NVMe.
But this one here is the one I said go for. It's the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3, 14-inch i5. No, this one. This is it here.
Make up your mind.
I know. I thought that was it, but i5, I'm thinking, no, it was an i7. So this one. So Lenovo IdeaPad S145 15.6-inch i7, 8 gig RAM, 512 SSD, 848. That's a good price.
Yeah, that's okay.
Like, you don't worry about this Save 600 business because
that's just numbers.
Yeah, but 848, that's cheaper than the one I bought. I think I paid around about 1,000. So that's a very good price. If you're looking for a laptop, I reckon have a look at that Lenovo at Harvey Norman. Limit 2 per customer.
If it's your daily driver, you don't want to be on 14 inches for your daily driver, though.
Oh, maybe not. But didn't worry me. I use my laptop I use when needed, if you know what I mean. So if I'm sitting on the lounge, and I need to reply to something, and there's Avon. When I need to reply to something, then I get the laptop out and do it. If I'm on on holidays. It works. It's not as good as look. I find a double monitor desktop setup much better, much easier. But but yeah.
But, I go for a 15-inch. Right now I'm running my laptop, and it's all day, every day, everything. So I need 15 inches. I need backlit keyboard, numeric keypad, camera, all that stuff.
Yeah. Now, okay. Now let's go on to this big talky one.
Sorry, I just wanted to give my input on that last one. Unfortunately for retailers, I rarely encourage people to buy from retailers anyway. I try and bypass retailers and go direct to the manufacturer.
Well, actually, as I said before, like my computer, the SSD drive went. And do you know, like, because I'm not doing the computer fixing anymore, I still have access to like the supplies and everything. But I just sat there and I thought, where am I going to get an SSD drive like in 10 minutes? Because I didn't want to drive half an hour or an hour. I thought, and I'm thinking, you know what? All the computer shops have closed down. And I thought, and there was one I remembered, old Dirkwoods over at Mermaid Beach. Hello, Dirkwoods. And they had SSD drives. And I went in and I said, man, I'm so glad you guys are still here.
Really? So, yeah, because the only ones, the main ones I deal with are the bigger ones like UMart or, hell, may I say it, MSY. Ugh.
MSY, did they go broke or something? They closed down here at Varsity Lakes. I think a lot of stores.
No, they're still operating, but I think they're online only. I haven't bought from them for years. I get a lot of stuff. I don't buy much stuff. See, I'm service. I'm not sales.
Yes,
so if I have to get a hard drive, you just go to UMart anyway.
Yeah, look, my cupboard's still full of stock. When I used to do computers, I still got hard drives in the cupboard. I must have 20 of them.
Do you know how much a 1 terabyte hard drive is worth now?
Oh, it's $55.
10.
10?
Yes.
No, real $10.
You can get a second-hand on eBay for 10, maybe $5. Everyone's going SSD.
Yeah, yes, but yeah, right, $10.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break your to make you feel bad, but you've got bugger all asset in your cupboard now.
Oh, $20 in there.
I tell you, the future in drives. Well, there's no future in drives. It's all online storage. That's why I look at this machine. I said I got my daily driver. This machine I'm using has a 128 gigabyte. Oh no, 256 gig SSD, and I've only half filled it.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. You don't, and that's why
it's all cloud storage.
Yeah, when I bought the new hard drive for my computer the other week, I think I was coming from a 256 SSD, which I didn't fill. And that lasted me for a good 3 or 4 years. And then I bought, and for $128, I got a 500 gig SSD.
Yeah.
Samsung 500 gig. And I thought, well, why not? And I think for another $70, I could have got a terabyte or something. Or something like that. And
you calculate it per gigabyte. So I bet you if you bought 10 terabytes, it'll probably get cheaper per gigabyte.
Yeah, well, I've just bought that NAS, that Synology NAS, and I slammed 24 terabytes into that, 4 times 6. But yeah, 6. I don't think 6 terabytes.
How much have you filled it?
60%.
I'm flat out trying to fill 5 terabytes, and that's got drive images and all sorts of stuff on it.
Well, I've had a bit of a spurt on with like old TV shows and getting them on Blu-ray. And so, like the last one I bought, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time, but it was The Professionals. The old English.
I don't really know.
With Bodie.
I think I remember. Yeah.
So anyway, they came to. I saw them on Amazon Blu-ray, and I went, hello. And so I looked at it further, and I went, yeah, because you're hesitant a bit to buy these old shows because the picture quality and whatever. But for whatever reason, The Professionals was filmed on like film. On 16 mil film or 32 millimeter film. And obviously
that resolution,
that just puffs up to like beautiful quality on the Blu-ray, like a puffer film. And I thought, oh, this is great. But, so I bought the little box set. And then because I don't have a Blu-ray player, I put them on the computer and it's just ripped them into the server.
Yeah, you know what I use? I've got this special place where I have all my movies stored, and it costs me very little. It's called Netflix, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
quite good value for money out
have
there.
they don't have all the stuff that you yearn for from
Yeah,
from.
so you go and make dinner, or you go and give your wife a kiss or something instead.
They don't have the professionals. And but BritBox just launched yesterday or this week. Out here too. Doctor
Yeah.
Who 4 classic series. Loving it.
Yeah,
So,
I try to limit what I store because I might end up watching it, and I try to avoid watching things
well,
because
they
then
just
you run out of time watching things.
they've just announced the Doctor Who complete series collection, series 8 or whatever it is. John Pertwee's second series. I'll be into that when that comes to Australia. But the only problem is with those Blu-rays, the quality isn't that good because it's coming from old videotaped footage. Plus, because of these ones are so old. These are early 70s that some of them are black and white. They lost the color print, so they've had to whatever. If you're into it, you'd be into the reconstructions of these black and white shows from color prints where they overlaid and got what they could and made it nice. It's complicated stuff. Now, look, let's just move on.
Move on. I got one more article.
Yes. Now, Black Friday. Now, that was...
What? Are we doing your article, are we?
Oh, you can do yours then.
Okay, because I'm going to try something different. I don't know if this will work. There's an article here, but I can play on listen to this article rather than read it out myself. Should I give it a shot?
Okay.
Let's see if it comes through. I'll give it a shot. Actually, hang on. I'll read out the title. Facebook's Vanish Mode on Messenger and Instagram lets you send disappearing messages.
Right, Snapchat style.
Can you hear that?
No.
All right. No, forget that idea. Okay. Could you hear the whispers or something? Could you?
I couldn't hear anything.
Okay. All right. Facebook's latest take on a signature Snapchat feature is arriving today. It's called Vanish Mode. First announced as part of its big September redesign of Messenger, Vanish Mode is an effort. Oh, I practiced this the other day. Open it. Are you on there? What does it say?
Okay, where are you?
Second paragraph.
Some users may have already noticed Vanish Mode in the chat settings on Messenger, as Facebook has been rolling it out slowly to some users since the redesign was announced 2 months ago.
No, sorry, the previous paragraph. I'm going to get back to where I was. Mode in ephemeral messenger mode for both Facebook Messenger and Instagram that you will send text, photos, voice messages, emojis, and stickers that disappear immediately once they're viewed on the other party, viewed by the other party, and the chat window is closed.
That's it. We're doing 2 rehearsals from now on.
Yeah. Damn it, I didn't actually read through this one, so it's going to expose the fact I can't read. Some users may have already noticed Vanish Mode in the chat settings on Messenger, as Facebook has been rolling out it slowly to some users since the redesign was announced 2 months ago. And on Instagram, some elements of Vanish Mode are already part of the core direct messaging feature set, including disappearing photos and videos once a piece of media has been viewed. Vanish Mode is similar in ways that Messenger's existing secret conversation mode that lets you enter end-to-end encryption chat that's saved only on your device. Although the new mode is designed to delete anything sent forever once it's been viewed. I'm not going to keep going there, but my point, this was a feature that they had in. Have you ever used secret mode in Messenger?
Yes.
Yeah, and it just, if you got something, it's end-to-end encryption supposedly. There's a bit of conjecture over that, whether it's safe or not. But you can, if someone's going to send you a password, something like that, you can have it so once they see it, it dissolves, it disappears within a certain period of time, and it can disappear on both devices, yours and the receivers. And that idea came from Instagram, Facebook, and because Facebook owns, they own Snapchat, don't they?
Yeah.
Or is it Instagram?
Instagram and WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. But they're just using the same technology. But this disappearing thing it's gotten great because some people don't want history of the things they talk about. For instance, when you have a chat to someone in confidence, you're face to face, you'll say certain things because you know it's in confidence, and that develops that same level of security. I would question how secure it is, considering it is an American company. It is Facebook, which have been known to push the limits of, I won't say breach, push the limits of security and what have you, as some of these big companies do. But this Vanish Mode, it's just going to add another string to their bow to give a little bit more comfort to people out there.
Yeah, and I guess like over time, I guess once you sort of it becomes more, would you say mainstream or whatever, you get more familiar with it. I think that'd be probably my mode of messaging, because you're right. Like I'm using Facebook and all, I'm using all that stuff less and less and less these days because it's just rubbish anyway, isn't it? Like really, and
not Messenger's an exception. Messenger's one of few, is the widest messaging systems, instant messaging systems out there, because it's cross-platform. It's not prejudice. It works well, and plenty of people know how to use it for those few reasons I've just mentioned. If someone said, what's the best messaging platform to use, I would say that. If you ask an Apple user what's the best messaging platform, what will they respond with? A single platform system, which is FaceTime.
Or iMessage or whatever. Look, I've been getting into the WhatsApp, although it's owned by Facebook. You got to have confidence that these things are encrypted and unbreakable. Not that I'm doing anything nasty on them, of course, but But look, the WhatsApp stuff is like that's easy. You can send your videos, your group chats, your whatevers, and it's easy. And you're not sending stuff that's viewed by possibly anyone in the world. And it's just kept between. And as you said before, I think you got to get back to, like if I have a conversation with you, you don't want it to be repeated in 20 years' time.
You don't want it to be recorded. You don't necessarily want it recorded. Yeah.
Yes. So that's right. You don't want it. Like if I'm saying to you, I don't know, whatever it might be, something controversial, and then, I go I say, Android sucks, and then 2 years later I go for a job at Google and they go, hang on a second, you've said this, but I said, but I said it to him in confidence. No.
We have said it here and it's recorded, so that's fine.
Yeah, all right. So, yes, let's start. I just want to quickly move on, if that's all right. Yes. Because this is a rather heavy story. I don't know why we left it till the end, but anyway, I'll concise it down, okay?
Sure,
We'll have a quick go. Now, Black Friday, which has probably been and gone, but these days now it's a Black Friday week. Everything's going for a week. The whole day. It's like a month.
Sounds like capitalisation.
Yes.
Let's see. Go on.
But this is all about why bots. Now, if I got my, let me get the link for you so you can
share screen,
see what I'm talking about, and that it's actually a true story. Now,
you're not making it up, okay?
Yeah, I'm not making it up. Now, I'm from the BBC. Why bots will beat you to in-demand gifts. So any great deals on new game consoles or hot ticket pieces of electronics will probably be snapped up by an army of bots. Now, we've all known of the eBay sniper, where you want to win an eBay item, and so
auction stealer,
or
hammer snipe.
Yeah, I think the original one was the eBay sniper. I think we're back. This is 10 years ago when I thought I'd have a dabble.
Well, I've been using hammer snipe for 12 years.
Right. Okay. So bots are constantly running software programs that have hit online retail for years, but the pandemic means high demand for lots of items and more people shopping online. So these retail bots, they get in there, they scan the pages of the websites around the world for the exact second that the item goes on sale and alert their owners so they can beat the crowd. So some automatically buy it faster than any human can. Now, look, I suppose not probably a case in point, but I was going through Facebook. I don't use it. I don't post to it. So going through Facebook, and this Doctor Who Series 8 pre-release, right? Someone's just gone, I've just seen this. Oh, I'm so excited. Series 8, bang, screenshot. But you couldn't find it anywhere else. I'm thinking, how's this guy? Is he just rolling around Amazon? Just like all of a sudden there it is. Or I wonder if he might have had a little bot or something. But anyway, so this is how the out-of-stock PlayStation 5 is available on eBay for hundreds of dollars more than its asking price, and why the Xbox Series X appeared online for $8,000. So these bots are getting in and buying everything. So the launch of NVIDIA's PC...
hang on. So these bots buy this stuff immediately, and then they just resell it for much higher?
Yeah, like a scalper.
Right, okay. Yep.
So the launch of NVIDIA's PC gaming card, the 3080, was probably the most extreme case of what bots can do. Now, this is one of them. He said one of the moderators from somewhere from Builder PC Sales UK. They're a group of bargain hunters who help each other find PC parts. So he went on and said, less than a second after launch, less than a second. Now, I don't know whether that's embellished or what, but this is what he said. Less than a second after launch, all stock sold out. Users on retail websites didn't see a buy now button, but rather a sold out button, as all the stock had immediately been sniped by bots, with a sprinkling of the odd lucky person in there.
Wow.
There's a graph here somewhere. There it is. Have I got there? There's a little graph. That's a nice clean. Looks like you guys are getting a nice clear screenshot. I'll watch this back later and see how clear it is, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's 25th of August, 22nd of November, just how the launches and the spikes and so forth. I like graphs. So now the so-called sniping bots issue alerts to users when an item comes back in stock, letting its owner buy it before anyone else. But the most advanced bots are the all-in-one solutions. So you can buy all-in-ones. Good. That spot the deal and
buy it.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted. Let me find what I was up to. Yeah. So, but the most advanced bots are all-in-one solutions that spot the deal and automatically check out. They often come from an unusual place. Now, case in point here was the training shoes market. So, yeah, it's apparently
as in sneakers, training shoes.
Yeah, sneakers. Apparently, that market is pretty good. Like, must be like Nike and everything. As soon as they release a new one, like people must just love them. They go and buy them.
Yeah. My sons are. There's people who buy sneakers like that are called sneaker hounds. And there's like my son's one of them. He wants the latest designer one, and he knows it's coming, and he doesn't use bots and stuff, but it can be very difficult to get the latest one. You can sell for elevated prices if you do get it, as long as you sell it soon after getting it. Yeah, he's bought sneakers at times and sold them for more than he's actually paid for them. Just a pair of sneakers. We're talking $200, $300 each.
It's crazy. But anyway, these so-called cook groups live in private channels on apps such as Discord, swapping tips on who will be stocking what, rumored release times, and trying to so they get together. What can be done about it? Most retailers declined to discuss their defenses, while bot sellers ignored requests for interviews. Bot sellers. Technically, there's nothing illegal about the practice. This is a UK story, and it'd be probably pretty similar around the world, I'd say. But in other retail sectors, it's not explicitly against the law. However, retailers are coming up with smart workarounds. Curry's PC, which is a UK, because it's a UK story, confused many of its customers when the PS5 and Xbox Series X went on sale. They listed it at £2,000 more than they really should have been. So real customers with pre-orders were sent a discount code for £2,005, which
smart move.
So some retailers are charging people's bank cards the full price of the item for a place in the queue. So others are combining Others are combining through order lists and cancelling suspicious ones. But yeah, look, it's probably a bit of a problem. I wish I had that problem. People wanting all my stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Be good problem to have. But yeah, so you look, there's nothing worse, I guess. You know, you don't want to you sit around all morning waiting for 9 o'clock to happen. You try and buy something, and it's all just bot ridden.
Disappears from under you. Yeah, there's one way to overcome that is to have authenticators in there, like at the checkout, prove you're not. What are they? One of those capture codes. Prove you're not a robot.
Yeah, well,
that'd fix that, eh? Or the previous idea. The previous idea, where the coupon idea is great because it means people who want to take advantage of these situations will have to pay full price. Those who pre-order and are organised and stuff, they get their little discount.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I like that. That creates a fairer place.
Yeah. Look, it's no good, like, especially when you know, and I see it. There's been a bit of a Doctor Who reminiscing night tonight, but I remember those complete series Blu-ray things I've been talking about. Then you see them released, you know. Then I think they cost about $80 Australian, $80 or $90 Australian when they're released, and then as time goes by, like after the release date, you start seeing them like for $500 and $600. You know, you go, really?
Wow.
You know, I don't understand. Unless some of them come with little gold nuggets inside them, I don't know what the difference is. But,
it's all to do with the rarity of it, I think. The rarer it is, the more the price can get. Doesn't matter how much it costs.
Well, I think what it is, it's released and then there's no more. You know, they're not going to say republish it again. It's just released and that's it. Well, they might in the future, but nowhere soon. And I think that's what drives up the prices. Then it becomes, a rarity. Stuff.
And you're talking emotions here. For TV shows, people get involved, and there's emotions in that equation too.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I've been buying them all, except, and I pretty much refused to buy the 7th Doctor's set because that was just a poxy lot of shows. I just didn't like them. Anyway, well, let's move on because we've got to get out of here pretty soon.
Yeah, let's roll.
Apple's chief of security has been charged with bribery.
Oh, really? Tim Cook?
No, not him.
No, that's not Tim Cook. No. Carry on.
Look, I took the names out of this news article to protect me mainly.
Well, you're only repeating what was online.
Yeah, I know, but but that doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you want to know the person's name, you can go to the story. It's on the BBC. I'll show you the. There you go. That's it. To say it is a real story. Oh, there we go. That's his name there. Now, this guy is accused of offering bribes in the form of iPads worth $70,000 in order to obtain concealed firearm licenses. So the charge brought by California grand jury on Monday. Apple didn't respond. 2 police officers from the Santa Clara County have also been charged under state law. It is a crime to carry a concealed firearm without a concealed weapon license. Now, Santa Clara County alleges that local police officer held back issuing concealed weapon permits to Apple's security team until the chief of security agreed to donate the $70,000 worth of iPads to the sheriff's office.
That's called bribery, yeah.
That's why they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are gone. And look, just another quick little one, which I've got here is...
You got plenty. Oh, I didn't have that many.
See, I work hard around here.
Yeah, I don't work hard, no.
I don't. Well, see, you need to do rehearsals. I don't do rehearsals. So,
right.
So I've got time to look for more. So AMP, sure. AMP Capital maps retail portfolio in Google Street View. That's a bit of a nonsensical sort of thing.
What?
Anyway, so what it means is they've sent your little Google car, they've ripped the camera off the top of the car, put it into a backpack, and sent the Google dude walking around the shopping centre. Now,
good.
Yeah, so now I've got the virtual map is of 18 centres across Australia and New Zealand, can be accessed via Google Map app and the shopping centre's website, so people can find stores or plan trips ahead of time. Now,
inside the shopping centre. Wow, yeah.
Images of the centre were captured using the Google Tracker, a camera-mounted backpack, which I've said. Now, Here is, I'll show you. I've got the link. There's Avon again. She's a busy girl. Now, here is here. There we go. And there we go. And now you just use it just like
your Street View.
Yeah, so you go up. What's up the other end of the hallway here? And you just go, booyah. Oh, a jewelry shop.
I've been wanting directions like that for years in a shop. Not just that, but you should be able to go to a satellite view, or not a satellite view, but imagine you wouldn't have to use those stupid directories in the shopping centres to know where the Coles are is in the shopping centre, whatever it is. You can just simply, using this as well as the same technology, you could map inside a shopping centre.
How good's the resolution? That's pretty good.
Yeah, considering it, look, it's stitched really well. Like, see if you can find a stitch line. You can't, can you?
No, it's pretty good.
Because it's not one dome camera; it's several cameras joined together.
Yeah. So look, when I was looking at this today in rehearsal, I was going. I thought, oh, there's the escalator. I want to go up the escalators. So I'm going.
Is this? There'll be one at the dog coast. It's probably done, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know.
What's a big one? Harbour Town, is it?
Oh, there's nothing up there. Pacific.
It depends if it's an okay. It depends if it's an AMP shopping centre, because AMP is the one driving it.
That's right. But yeah, so I got to the escalators and I thought, oh yeah, look, this is pretty cool. Do I get that?
Go down the escalators?
No, you can't. But
no.
Yeah, but what happens is I tried to, and I thought that wouldn't that be cool if you could actually go down the escalators?
Hey, don't jump over the balcony.
Yeah,
over the railing.
But what you do, I'll show you what you do, because it took me a little while to figure this out. But so there's the escalators there, but you can push. See over here, you got level 3 and level 2. So you
go directly above you in the same position.
Yeah, or
because you effectively pass through a floor, not necessarily on an escalator.
But they do a good job of blurring people out. Sometimes
they sure do, yeah, using recognition. What about dummies? Does it blur out the heads on dummies? Go to a shop front. Oh, no, heads on them. God.
Oh, there's the girl patrol.
They
should be in school. Where's some dummies? Oh,
you had to pick ones with headless dummies, didn't you?
Yeah, I know. Hang on, they're all headless. Look at them, even up there, even around there. Don't they have heads on these dummies anymore?
Oh, do
you call them dummies, or are they actually mannequins?
Mannequins, I think they're called. Yeah, headless mannequins. Oh, come on, it's got to be somewhere. You're in a fashion centre.
Well, here we go. Surely there's some heads on these. Oh, there's some wire. How weird.
He doesn't recognise that as a face. Go up further. What's that on the left? Try that place. Yeah, no, left more. No, that's right. I said left.
Hey, left. I went left.
Go, yeah, left. No, left more. You got to go. You have to go back now.
What are you talking about?
It's behind you. You got to go. Yeah, back down that way. Yeah. Bit further.
Oh, blurred out the picture of the girl.
Oh, true. Yeah. Now look in there. Oh,
that's headless.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe it. Yeah. How we can't find any dummies that have got heads. What's going on?
Yes. Yeah, that's just the future. Mannequins without heads.
That's the future of mannequins, poor dudes. Probably because of all this gender neutral stuff. You're not supposed to know what they are. So they
taking your head off. Taking your head off doesn't show gender, hey?
No, well, none of them have got anything downstairs, have they? Well, there's a couple of just hands. There's some heads.
Oh, there we go. Now those faces aren't blurred, so where knows they're not faces. Mind you, they really don't look like humans very much.
No, they look pretty
like alien. They look like they've got what do those American footballers have under their eyes? The zinc or whatever it is.
Well, I'm sure this is very entertaining for people on audio, but so we'll leave it there.
Yeah, sorry, people. We need to get moving. We're at an hour 10 already.
Yeah, all right. Let's get out of here. All right. Well, it's been good to chat to you, Paul, again.
It's short than that, Glenn. Thanks.
Are we going to make it before Christmas? Do you think another one?
Won't make any commitment there.
Yeah, okay. We better not. But anyway, so but if not, well, I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year for now. And if we see you again, well, it'll be a bonus for us, won't it? To be in your again. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone for listening and watching and watching us on the new streaming yard. We'll see how this all works. Let's see if it downloads and plays back. Sorry, there's no intros and outros. I'll get up to speed with that. And also, hopefully the people who are watching us on the Aussie Max Zone, because we stream to their Facebook page as well. I hope you don't mind us intruding there either. All right.
Thank you.
So, sounds good. Thanks, Paul. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Good on you, mate. Catch you later.